Hey everyone, I'm Army Gaming, welcome back to my channel and welcome to Monster Legends. I am super excited to do this monster analysis. It is a monster analysis on Moonhaze. This is going to be the free-to-play monster in the June Legends Pass, so everyone is going to get an opportunity to get this monster. If you're watching this video in the future, you should also know that this monster was actually a community monster. Social Point allowed players to draw their own monster design, and then they are releasing it during the month of June 2020 because this monster is a celebration of Social Point, or Monster Legends specifically, birthday event. So this is going to be awesome. Let's see whether this monster is good or not. I anticipate him being really good. We had a little sneak peek that he's going to be a control monster, a light control monster, based on the monster design, which is amazing. Huge shout out to whoever created this monster. With that said, let's jump right into it. So new monster Moonhaze in the Legends Pass. Carlo was a really tiny firefly living in the botanical gardens of the Light Kingdom. He was a moonlight-fed, smart little bug who had always wanted something more than to live in the gardens. He wanted to take part in court life. On every night of the full moon, when he was feeling most confident, he entered the castle and tried to mingle with King Darren's counselors. But no one took him seriously. Most monsters barely saw him at all. It took a foreigner from another kingdom to realize Carlo's talent. Her name was Erza, and she was in the Light Kingdom as the honored guest of Queen Luthien. She took the time to listen to Carlo and decided to help him. Take this piece of amber, or well, with the sides, it's better if you just stand on top of it, told him Erza. Concentrate on your wish and the stone will help you in the most unexpected way. Carlo followed Erza's instructions. Seconds later, a white spirit was born. Carlo decided to call him Moonhaze. It was a projection of his own spirit, but in the shape of a full-size monster. It's Carlos' time to find a place in the Light Court through Moonhaze's body. And so here you can see Moonhaze in all of his glory. I am so excited to see what this monster has to offer. I'm trying not to read the skills right now. So as you can see, he's a light mythic monster, and those are his stats when he's fully ranked up. Alright, let's read this little paragraph. Moonhaze is a light controller with support capabilities. Typically, the light category tends to be supportive, and they typically tend to deny with like daze or blind. But let's see. To me, I kind of feel like he's going to have a free skill, but I could be completely wrong. Let's see. He has multiple ways of stopping enemies and several skills to help his allies. He can clean their negative effects, nice, protect them with photophobic shields, and boost their damage by making them dark haters. Ooh, Moonhaze really does not like dark monsters. So already you have a light elemental advantage. Now you're going to have Dark Hater on top of that. Moonhaze has an evolving trait. At rank 0 he's hardened. That's a great umbrella trait to have unranked. At rank 1 he gains true vision. That means he's not going to be missing his attacks. And at rank 3 he becomes a status caster gaining possession immunity. So it's a status caster, that means it can be removed by a positive effect removal. I would have really liked if it was a permanent possession immunity. But hey, I guess a status caster is better than nothing. Alright, let's go down and look at his stats. So we'll start off with his life stats. His life stat of 60,320 is actually tied with many monsters, and I mean many monsters, many mythic monsters. Unspeakable, Cawthor, Quetzalcoatl, Cat UFO, Gaidigo, Asta, all of these monsters have the exact same life stat. So it's not a bad life stat, it's not a great life stat, it's really right around the middle for the mythic monsters right now. His power, 5104. Unfortunately, this is the absolute weakest stat in the mythic monster realm. Previously to this power stat, we had Asta with 5192. So welcome everyone, the weakest in terms of power output. The weakest monster, but that doesn't matter, right? He's a light controller with support capabilities, so he's not there to deal damage with offense. And then his speed is 4862. He's actually on the faster end of mythic monsters. He's tied with Ilian and Zorky. Ilian, by the way, is the other light mythic monster. Zorky is a supported fire mythic monster. Alright, so his speed is right in line with the other, like, Ilian I would say is like soft deny, and then Zorky being supportive, so I think his speed stat pretty much fits. So we went over the trait. I think rank 1 having true vision is nice, so you know you're not missing any of your attacks, so that's an advantage he has over the other mythic monsters. I remember when Warmaster Charizard was introduced to the game, having true vision, not missing your deny, that is fantastic, especially since this one is going to have light control. That is, I think it's going to put him on a higher level, especially because you get this at rank 1. Alright, and in terms of relics, look at that. He became even better. He can hold the staff, which I think we could all kind of tell because he actually holds the staff. But even better, he can hold the essence. This means revival essence. This means if the enemy manages to take down Moonhaze, he can resurrect. Previous to Moonhaze, I think the only other mythic monster that can hold the essence relic at the time of recording this video would be Cat UFO. And Cat UFO also has stunning capabilities, so it's very interesting that we're seeing another mythic monster who is going to be a controller that can also resurrect if they die. So Staff Relic is also awesome because you have access to Pump Seed Staff if you have it. I mean, Cane of Atlantis, you never have to worry about stamina, especially because so many relics in the game can pretty much wash away all of your stamina. So far, I am really liking it. The relic slots are some of the best, if not the best. Actually, that's a good question. Let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think is the best combination of relics that you can put on a monster? Because for sure, having access to Revival Essence, that already puts a monster like in a higher tier. But let's go down. Let's talk about the books. This monster is in the Spirits book, Adventures, and Superheroes. And with that said, let's talk about the actual skills. Starting off with Tier 1, Hazing from the Moon. Applies light weakness to all enemies, applies dark hater to all allies. So this will make all the enemies weak to light attacks. That essentially means your light attacks will be 50% stronger. And your allies will have dark hater, meaning that if you're facing dark monsters, well, you're going to pack an extra punch. So for everyone that has Miseris from the team race ranked up, Moonhaze, even unranked, thanks to being able to apply Dark Hater to your allies, could be a way of taking down those Miseris bases. So that's gonna be interesting. Chosen from among others gives Photophobic Shield to one ally and one extra turn to itself. So this is great because by applying Photophobic Shield, you're gonna protect one ally from pretty much every element except the nature element, and then you give yourself an immediate extra turn. So this is super useful, especially if you're facing a super strong enemy mythic attacker. And if you want to protect your monster, maybe you can protect yourself, you're good to go. Because this monster can hold the Revival Essence, maybe you're worried about the enemy mythic monster blasting you with a strong AoE skill. When then you apply Photophobic Shield to one of your allies, you give yourself an extra turn, you do something else, and even if the enemy does the AoE against you, that monster you gave the Photophobic Shield, that one will probably stay alive. If your Moonhaze dies, at least he can resurrect with the Revival Essence. So I gotta admit, that's pretty useful. Let's jump over to the Tier 2 skills. Calling a New Moon. Removes all negative effects from all allies, applies Possession to itself. Ooh, I don't know how I feel about this. So it is very nice to have a mythic monster that can actually remove negative effects from your allies. Previous to this, we have Tiny, another Legends Pass monster, a free Legends Pass monster. Tiny doesn't possess herself, which is a good thing. Himself, I guess it depends on the skin. But yeah, this monster will actually possess itself. So unless you have this monster at rank 3, I'd be kind of worried about using this skill because I don't think I would want to possess myself and then work for the enemy. Even though you're removing negative effects from your allies, if you possess yourself, that's not good. Really, the only time this is worth running is if you are at rank 3 and you have that self-possession immunity. Although I will say, because you have Hardened, there is a 20% chance you don't possess yourself when you do Call a New Moon. But I'm a little skeptical about this skill. Moving on to Tier 2, to the next skill in Tier 2, we have Sleep Under the Moonlight. Deals heavy light damage to an enemy, applies Possession and Blind. Single Possession and Blind is awesome. Once again, if you have this monster at rank 1, that True Vision, you can pretty much guarantee that Possession will land. So that's good. Even though it's 50 damage and it's high light damage, I really just see this as a guaranteed possession if you have this monster at rank 1 and a blind. And even if you don't have this monster at rank 1, hey, you can land a possession, you can land a blind. If you land both, that's awesome. If you land either or, it's awesome. So I like this. And the cool thing about blind typically lasts for 2 turns. So if you possess a monster and let's say they attack their team and they miss because they're blinded, that's totally fine. The next turn they're still blinded, so less likelihood to actually land against you. And right now this is useful if you're facing dodge area monsters and you need to just single target possess. Alright, moving on over to Tier 3, we have Carlos Said Halt. Deals moderate special damage to one enemy, applies Mega Stun to one enemy. We have our very first Mega skill. I believe this is our very first. I'm thinking back to the other mythic monsters. I think we had like a double possession. I think we had AoEs, yeah, but I don't think we've had a Mega. So this new monster who's going to be available from the free Legends Pass is going to have stunning capabilities, mega stunning capabilities at that. So actually, let's take a look at the skill set. We have a single possession and we have a single mega stun. So mega stun will stop the enemy for 2 full turns. That is awesome. And again, at rank 1, that True Vision, that is very nice. And look, at Tier 3, we have Shadow the Lantern. We have a AoE stun, apply stun and sunburn to all enemies. And essentially, this is fantastic. The cool thing about stun is basically the enemy loses a turn. Sunburn, the enemy loses damage, but it also reduces their accuracy. So if you look at the skill set, you have an AoE stun and a skill that reduces accuracy. Sleep Under the Moonlight, we have a possession and blind, so that can be a lot of accuracy reduction. And then we have a mega stun. Oh my gosh, this monster is really great. I think if I was to run this monster, I would run Shatter the Lantern, Carlos Said Halt, Sleep Under the Moonlight, and I would go with the extra turn skill. Chosen from among others. If you look at the cooldown on this monster, it's only a 2-turn cooldown, so this chosen from among others will help you cycle essentially. And what's cool about this monster is that when you stun a monster, they become immune to stun. Well, then you can go and possess a monster if you need to. And having access to possession and stun, this will help you deal with monsters that have an immunity to one. For example, if you fight Armor Claw, you cannot stun Armor Claw because he has that self-stun immunity, but you could possess him and then maybe go on and stun the allies of Armor Claw. Or if you fight like depending on who you fight, you at least have an answer for everything. I'm surprised he didn't include a freeze on this monster, because then he would have had like every single control. But overall, I like him. I gotta say, he's very impressive as a control light monster, especially one that's going to be available to players. He's a really, really nice monster. I'm a huge fan of Moonhaze. The way I would run this monster is with 3 speed. Have him go first, have him stun the enemy monster you need to, mega stun the enemy monster you need to. If there's no mega taunt on the field or no dodge area, have him AoE stun. Again, at rank 1 with that true vision, you are not missing the deny. So I think this is, in terms of deny, what we've seen right now with the Cat UFO, with the Abysmus, with the Van Decken, with the recent monster that also does possession, Azta. I'm a bigger fan of Moonhaze because I think he just does the control a lot better than the other monsters. So yeah, have him go first, have him deny. If you're in a situation where it's not to your advantage to go first, let's say you're facing a taunt monster with 2 dodge area, let's say you're facing a mega taunt monster and you don't want to go and deny, you just want to go for the kill, then run team speed on him, have him go last, deal with the issue, deal with the mega taunt monster, deal with the taunt monster. If you can trade disable the dodge area monster, trade disable them, have Moonhaze go last in the turn order, and that way you can go for the AoE deny, or maybe you single target mega stun whoever you need to. Like if you're facing Wormlad, you can do Sleep Under the Moonlight and possess Wormlad, maybe he helps you out. So I like Moonhaze a lot. I am super excited for the next month. I am super excited the players are going to get a chance to get this community monster. So with that being said, those are my thoughts on Moonhaze. Now I want to hear from all of you guys. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about this mythic monster, especially compared to everyone else that's been released. Thank you very much. I will see you all next time. Remember to subscribe.